Freeze Lake families. My name is Jen Shattuck, and I am the principal at Freeze Lake Elementary. I am so excited to share a little information with all of you regarding our 4K program. So some of you may be new to 4K here at Freeze Lake Elementary, and some of you may be old pros and have had children who have gone through our 4K program. However, during our 4K screening, we like to just give a little update regarding all things relating to 4K. So this presentation was developed alongside our 4K team. All right, we're going to share just a little information with you regarding our philosophy in 4K. And you can see a picture here of some of our students reading together and learning together. And here at Freeze Lake, we definitely have a play-based approach in 4K, as we know that students need to develop those social emotional skills as they enter school, and we want to encourage the love of learning through play as we introduce our youngest learners to school. So here's a quote that we really love in regards to play. It's that play is often talked about as if it were a relief from serious learning. But for children, play is serious learning, which is very true. So you can see some of the things that happen here in our 4K classrooms. We have a variety of different centers based on different themes throughout the school year. So it gives kids the opportunity to learn and explore different activities and think creatively. And then you'll see at the bottom right-hand side, you'll see our Handwriting Without Tears program teaches kids how to write and form their letters in a variety of hands-on ways. And so you'll see here kids are working with Play-Doh to make the different shapes that make up our capital letters of the alphabet. Another quote that we'd like to share is really the goal of early childhood education should be to activate the child's own natural desire to learn. And so as we introduce children to the school environment, we want to make it a very pleasant experience for them. And so making sure that we tie into all of those things that relate to proper development for children. And so you can see a couple pictures here again of students practicing their letters. So where you still have that academic focus, but they're learning them in a playful way. And so they have magnetic pieces to make their letters, Play-Doh, lots of different hands-on tools. So in our 4K program, you'll see that we have a variety of areas that we focus. Really, the children participate in a wide range of activities that are hands-on, exploration-based, really that helps them develop skills in a variety of areas. So you can see social emotional, problem solving. We're working on fine motor and gross motor skills, language and communication, early literacy writing, self-help, and advocating skills, and then also early mathematics skills. And so here you can see some of our students, they're building MatMan, which is, again, a hands-on way to teach kids how to draw people. And so they are able to use the different shapes and put a character together, and then they can learn how, once they can build it with their hands, how they can then transfer that in their drawing on paper. Here are some resources and just some ways that you can stay connected at Freeze Lake Elementary. So we have teacher newsletters that will come out once a week. So each classroom teacher will send a newsletter so you know a little bit more about what's happening in the classroom. You'll also get a newsletter each week from me on Fridays, typically, that will be sent out so that you know about all the upcoming things at the school-wide level. We also are encouraging volunteers in the classroom. And so last year, for this year, regarding COVID, we were not able to do that. And our hopes are that as things continue to improve, we will be able to bring classroom volunteers back. That was definitely something we missed this year. We also have lots of school-wide events that you can get involved in. This year, again, was a little bit different because of COVID. However, in the past, we've done things such as movie nights, literacy and math events. We have concerts, typically in the winter and the spring. We've had a variety of different wellness activities. fundraising types of events, things like that. We have parent-teacher conferences 3 times per year, so that's a way for you to have a more formal conversation with your child's teacher. Our HOPS organization is our parent organization, and they meet once per month, and they do some incredible things for our school district. So if you are interested in getting involved with them, I know they're always looking for more volunteers. And then each month you'll get a district newsletter, and our website is always up to date as well. So you can always check our website for upcoming events and details as well. Here is just some information regarding schedules for our 4K program. And so our 4K program runs Monday through Friday, and it's a 3-hour program. We start right around 8 a.m. Students are able to be dropped off anytime between 7:55 and 8:10 with a start time of 8:10. And then our program ends at 11 o'clock. Here's just a sample schedule. Things may look a little bit different, but these are some of the big components in a 4K day. Typically, the students enter the classroom and they have some morning work to do. Usually that's something that they do at their table spot, and that's usually a hands-on type of learning activity. Then there's a circle time and calendar with stories. We also have whole group learning activities. So we have readers workshop, writers workshop, and our new Bridges math curriculum. And so there's time throughout the morning for those different components. We have some specials. In 4K, we really just have library that is provided by one of our library specialists. And then we do music and movement. That's more it's something that happens within the classroom. And then gym isn't provided by our Phy-Ed teacher. However, our classroom teachers typically get the kids outside and moving. And so that kind of counts for some of that activity. We have a snack and bathroom break, and then we do some small group learning centers, art, things like that, and then theme-based activities for literacy and math. And then the kids always end their day with a little outside recess. Here are some details regarding arrival and dismissal time. So arrival, the students will enter the building at our 4K and 5K entrance if they ride the bus. So if they're on the bus, they'll get off the bus and they'll walk to that set of doors. So they can enter right into the hallway where they go to school. If you are dropping your students off in the drop-off line, we have a drop-off zone that we use in the morning for everyone. And so you would just follow the line of traffic through. As you get up to the front of the line, you'd have your child ready to hop on out, and then we assist them into the building from there. This year, due to COVID, we really started this process of really not allowing parents to park and walk kids up, but really just staying in that drop-off line. And that is something that we plan to continue, since that was really a more efficient way to get our kids in the building and not have so much cross traffic with some students being walked up and some students being in the drop-off line. And so that drop-off line will continue into next school year. And each morning we do have support staff out there, especially to help our youngest learners get into the building safely. And so we will be helping our 4K students out of the cars and into the building and helping them feel welcome. Then for our dismissal time, that is pretty similar to what we've done in the past. The students have recess at the end of their school day. And so the students will have everything packed up at the end of the day, ready to go right from recess, typically to either the bus or the pickup line. And so students who are picked up will meet their parents in front of the building, and we'll do the pickup line just like we do for drop-off. So parents will stay in their cars. They'll just kind of line up in that pickup line. This year, we actually organized 3 areas, one for each teacher. And so parents knew that if they were in Mrs. Monticelli's class, they would park in this particular part of the pickup zone. If they were in Mrs. Zenner's class, they would park in another, and then the same with Mrs. Carini. And so that really helped. So teachers knew exactly what area to take students to each day. And so we will definitely be marking those again this year by teachers so that you know where to park. And teachers typically send out some email correspondence to let you know that as well. Students who are riding the bus will load near the playground, and so teachers will help them load the bus there. And then also our students who may stay and do our Dolphin Kids program, they will actually be outside for just a little bit longer, and then they will be assisted inside for their lunchtime. And so we have our instructional aides that also help our teachers with this process. And during this time, so arrival and dismissal, we would just ask that parents remain in their vehicles and that school staff would bring students to the cars. Right. And then bus expectations. So this, for families maybe who haven't experienced the bus before, I just wanted to share some general bus expectations. These are our main rules at Freeze Lake Elementary, and then we just apply these in all of the different areas. So we have specific rules for the hallway, for the classroom, for the lunchroom, and for the bus. And so for the bus, it goes along with the three main rules of be respectful, be responsible, and be safe. And so in terms of being respectful, that means that we're having our students listen to the bus driver, they're waiting in line, they're keeping and playing just with their own things, and they're respecting the bus driver at all times. In terms of being responsible, we're asking that they help keep the bus clean, that they keep track of all their things, and that they can always report anything that may happen that might be inappropriate to their bus driver. In terms of being safe, we encourage all of the kids to remain seated, to keep the aisle clear, and to be on time. And then for our Dolphin Kids program, our Dolphin Kids program is a program that runs after our 4K program. So for families who are working, this is really to help support the need for childcare for students when they are done with school at 11 o'clock. And so Dolphin Kids is open to only 4K students as wraparound care. And the program really aligns with our 4K program. So some of those goals that we have of our 4K program that I shared also are continued in Dolphin Kids. So really promoting socialization and all of those pre-academic skills, and then just learning some of the ways of school in terms of the academic piece, but also socializing, playing well with others, those types of skills. And so we really, we host our Dolphin Kids program from 11 o'clock until 3:15, but you really have a couple options. If you only need care until noon, students can just stay from 11 until 12 and do that wraparound care and eat lunch, and then be picked up, or they can stay for lunch and then also continue through the afternoon, and then ride the bus home at the end of the school day. Or we do partner with the YMCA as well, and they could also stay for our Y Care program after the Dolphin Kids program. And then just a few last details. We will have an open house, we're hoping this year. Last year was a little unique, so we did not have open house. However, this coming year, we are planning for open house on August 26th. And this event will really provide you with the opportunity to come in, have your child meet their teacher. They can see the classroom and then bring in supplies so they don't have to bring as many supplies with them on the first day of school. I will be sending some more information out this summer regarding times for the event and just more details. So please be on the lookout for that. You will also be getting today 4K folders. And so in your 4K folders, you will see a variety of different resources from the school calendar for the school year to sample schedule of what the day will look like. We also have a brochure in there that explains a little bit more about our 4K program. So there's lots of different resources in there for you today as well. And then finally, I'm just sharing my contact information with you. This can also just be found on our website as well. But feel free, if you have any questions following the presentation, feel free to reach out at any time, just via email. I will be working this summer, and so I can definitely get back to you and answer any questions you may have about our 4K program. I also have our school secretary, Jody, and her email address here. So if you have any questions regarding registration or just any other kinds of logistical questions, you can always reach out to her as well. So thank you so much for joining me today for this presentation. I apologize for not being able to be there in person. I am attending training with our teachers over at the middle school today, but I wanted to make sure that you still got the same information, and I can definitely answer any questions that you have following this. If you have anything that you'd like to know a little bit more about, please feel free to reach out to me, and I will get back in touch with you. And I'm looking forward to next school year and meeting all of those little 4K friends who come to join us here at Freeze Lake Elementary. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful summer.